Thanks for checking in with your afternoon weather update. We sure hope you're having a great day so far. Boy, those thunderstorms already this morning, a sign of a very angry atmosphere and a very primed atmosphere. Those rumbles were really great. That lightning was really just rumbling like crazy. We've already seen a lot of heavy rainfall around the area. The rain's going to be lifting its way northward, and then the main event heads our way as we get into the evening and overnight hours. So, with that said, don't forget to scan that QR code or log on to eastTNweather.com. I've got links right there at the top of the website to download the Android app or also the iPhone app. Don't forget, I'm also on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube. So if you want to watch live severe weather coverage this evening and overnight tonight on the big screen, download the East Tennessee Weather app, and now we'll keep you posted on how things all play out. With the app itself, I'll send push notifications when I do go live for severe weather coverage, which I did for the noon broadcast. We've got a big risk for severe storms down across the south, and so that's really the story. The biggest risk is going to be right around Birmingham, Montgomery, Tupelo, Mississippi, and Jackson. That's where they're expecting a major tornado outbreak. Outside of that, everything will kind of lighten up and loosen, but everybody around the region, for the most part, is under some sort of a tornado outbreak in some form or fashion. Not an outbreak, I should say, but we do have isolated tornadoes possible anywhere outside of Alabama in the central area. And that is a high risk by the Storm Prediction Center. That is the highest risk that you can get. All right, storms have already been firing up along the frontal boundary throughout Mississippi. And again, as of this recording, no severe weather across the state of Tennessee, but that's going to change as the day progresses. Radar recap here around East Tennessee. The heaviest rain's been across parts of the Western Valley, Northern, but some of us have seen some decent rain already today. Here's the biggest change. I posted this on social media. Here's the biggest change that we are talking about for the severe weather risk. And the Storm Prediction Center has elevated or expanded that area in red. That's the moderate risk. Due to the fact that they are thinking that we could see some severe thunderstorm warnings with winds upwards of 75 miles per hour out of those storms. Realize that a severe thunderstorm warning is for 58 miles per hour or greater. So significant wind out of some of those storms is going to fire up as we get into the evening and early overnight hours. Now, as I mentioned, everybody in East Tennessee is under some sort of a tornado risk, but the greatest risk is going to be from Fentress County through Knox down to Sevier County and down the I-75 corridor. That's where we have the greatest dynamics for seeing severe storms to produce localized or isolated tornadoes. And again, the severe winds, 75 mile per hour winds or greater out of some of these storms cannot be ruled out. So we have a significant wind event on the way, not to mention a severe weather event as well. We could see some hail, but basically about the size of a quarter. So I've changed our storm threats from what we were talking about this morning to an extreme threat for wind damage, and especially south of Interstate 40 down the I-75 corridor. Still in the medium category for tornadoes, isolated in nature, but still on the table and still possible. Low category for hail and a high category for flooding and flash flooding due to the fact that these storms are going to produce torrential rain. And just over a 12 to 18 hour period, we're talking about incredible amounts of rain. So the storms lift their way northward from what we've already seen today. And then here comes our next round of rain that's going to set up shop. Now, with this round, this is where our severe weather potential is really going to start to ramp up. But we lose some of that potential as we get past sundown. However, we have so much wind shear, winds changing speed and direction with height in the atmosphere, that anywhere along this line, we could see rotating supercell thunderstorms developing along the main line, at which point we would get tornado warnings. I would imagine that we're going to have a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings that are going to last all the way through about midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning or even longer. But as we get into the sunrise hour on Sunday, everything's going to start to quiet down, and we'll see improving weather conditions for our Sunday afternoon. Not to mention more seasonable temperatures are on the way. All right, heaviest rain, the biggest rain axis is going to be west of downtown Knoxville. Of course, subject to change, east or west a little bit. But the general idea is where we have the heaviest rain, we could see anywhere from 2 to 3 pockets of 3+ inches cannot be ruled out. And so we have a flood watch that's in effect until Sunday morning. We also have a high wind warning for the mountains of East Tennessee that runs throughout the overnight hours, where we could see winds gusting to 80 miles per hour, 45 mile per hour wind gusts, and these are non-severe thunderstorm winds in the valley. We also have a red flag warning in the mountains of East Tennessee due to high fire danger. We've not seen the rain there, and the wind is really starting to pick back up. So here's your 7-day forecast. After today, we'll drop into the 50s and 60s Sunday, Monday, back into the 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, and then another front drops our temperatures once again as we get into Thursday and Friday. So don't forget to scan that QR code right there in the bottom right-hand side of your screen to stay on top of the latest weather forecast every single day with the East Tennessee Weather app, and of course, more importantly, with the storms that we have taking shape here today and tonight. It is 100% free because you should never pay for weather information. Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, all social media. That's where I'm going to be broadcasting live for severe weather as we head into the upcoming evening. I will do another live weather update starting off at 6 o'clock here tonight, and then we'll probably be live throughout the evening and overnight hours, so tune in every once in a while. East Tennessee Weather with the East Tennessee Weather app will be broadcasting live front and center at the top of the app. You don't have to push a single button. All right, have a great day. Be safe. It's time to run some errands and get things done before the severe weather starts to ramp up. Make sure to charge all of your electronics and always have a way to receive weather alerts from the National Weather Service. I got you covered with the East Tennessee Weather app.